Indian aviation sector is buzzing, with number of passengers expected to double to 300 million annually by 2030 from a current 153 million as of 2023. Yet, the reliability of airlines, frequent cancellations, safety of passengers and the lack of basic amenities continue to be a pain point for travellers all throughout the country. My colleague Krishnakumar brings you a lowdown on why the Indian aviation sector has disappointed customers of late.
Imagine you booked a flight ticket. Obviously, when you choose a flight over other modes of transportation, you have some expectations that you can save time, relax and rewind, and reach from destination A to B on time and hassle-free. But what if even the basics like proper seats, leg room, quality meals, and timely services are missing? Well, Indian Airlines, specifically the national carrier Air India, the now Tata-owned airlines, is facing the heat from passengers for failing to provide those basic services. Now, let's take a look at some recent instances that enraged passengers. But before that, let's crunch some numbers that actually outline the booming growth of India's aviation sector. Now, according to a CRISIL ratings report, Indian Airlines is set to capture around 50% of the country's international passenger traffic by the financial year 2027-28. As for the domestic air passengers, India's Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia recently said that the count is expected to double to 300 million annually by the year 2030 from around 150 million in the year 2023. Indicating that India still has a vast untapped aviation market. Now, while these numbers are indeed promising, can the Tata-owned airlines deliver growth as the standard of their in-flight amenities remains grounded? Well, recent incidents have highlighted the turbulent state of airline safety in the country. For starters, on the 18th of May, an Air India Express Kochi-bound flight had to declare a full-scale emergency, resulting in an emergency landing in Bengaluru. Due to a technical fault, the plane's right engine caught fire and placing the lives of 179 passengers along with 6 crew members in jeopardy. Although all passengers were reported safe, the incident raised serious concerns about aircraft maintenance. Much worse, such events are not isolated and expose the shortfalls within the airline's safety protocols. Now, the service quality is also under severe scrutiny. Many passengers have taken to social media recently to complain about the substandard in-flight experiences. For instance, a passenger on board an Air India flight from New York to Delhi posted a video on Instagram with the caption, "My Air India flight from New York to Delhi was a disaster." In the video, he shared visuals of a scratched seat, a broken headphone jack, and a non-working TV. In response to this post, many others came out and also shared their poor quality experiences with their Air India flights. Trouble is certainly brewing at the Tata-owned airlines. In April this year, Vistara cancelled up to 150 flights as the staff went on a mass sick leave. Cut to May this year, Air India Express cancelled around 260 flights between the 8th and the 10th of May for exactly the same reason. As the pilots and the cabin crew called in sick, it led to massive cancellations and delays impacting the timely services of the airlines. So much so, the management decided to sack around 25 employees. However, after a long negotiation with the employees' union, the sacked workers were reinstated and those who had called in sick agreed to rejoin work and resume operations. But what was the reason for the protest which came in the form of a mass sick leave? Vistara and Air India Express's pilots were miffed with the new compensation package that brought them on par with Air India pilots. These pilots are set to get the monthly fixed pay of just 40 hours of flying than the earlier 70 hours. And this change reduces their monthly fixed salary by around 1.2 lakh rupees. Other air carriers like Indigo and Akasa Air reportedly pay their pilots a fixed compensation package for 70 hours. And the pilots feel frustrated as the bargaining power is now low, and due to these mergers that's happening in the now Tata-owned airline group, the overall compensation and competition in the industry is also less. The combination of safety lapses, poor service quality, substandard in-flight experiences, and frequent cancellations due to staff not turning up for work seem to be eroding the confidence of both domestic and international passengers in Air India. And even though data suggests that India's aviation industry is brimming with potential, the issues that Air India is currently grappling with may erode the overall competitive edge of the industry in the long term.